I was in that hospital for 5 months and, escaped death really narrowly.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're looking at 10 celebrities who lost everything due to addiction.
Now, I grant you, I partied. But there have been times when I know I was going through a lot of emotional stress, and my eating habits were awful.
For this list, we'll be looking at stars whose vices damaged their professional and personal lives. Some never fully recovered, but others have come out the other side of substance use disorder and their rut. Which celebrity addiction stories resonate with you the most? Feel free to speak up in the comments. Syd Barrett. Pink Floyd is considered one of the greatest rock bands ever. Sadly, the man who started it all was not there for the takeoff. Syd Barrett established the band's experimental sound with the aid of LSD. Such hallucinogens also compounded, if not induced, his schizophrenia. In 1968, as Barrett grew unstable and catatonic, Pink Floyd remorsefully kicked him out. His physical and mental health collapsed from there. The band didn't even recognize the man they wrote "Shine On You Crazy Diamond" for when he attended a recording session. Music royalties may have ensured financial stability for Barrett from his retirement at age 28 to his death at age 60, but the very drugs he believed were helping his career abruptly destroyed it. Bam Margera. Pro skateboarder turned pro prankster Brandon Bam Margera has experienced some hilarious self-destruction with the Jackass crew.
Oh, you all right, man? You all right? My God. Are you crying? I think he's hurt.
His more painful antics have mostly been off-camera. Margera's infamous alcohol use disorder has long strained his personal life and threatened his health, even by Jackass standards. It wasn't until 2009 when he finally entered rehab.
It's sad because when Bam was in rehab, I was able to have like a real talk with him, And it's just a simple question. It's just how many times you want to go around the loop, feeling like, oh no, I got it, I can control it.
He has since undergone treatment at least 7 times, escalating his substance use as his relationships imploded. He at least had the old crew, until his volatile behavior got him fired off of Jackass forever. His public image is now dominated by belligerent social media rants and custody battles.
How much? How you been? High five!
No matter how many stunts Margera bounces back from, he still struggles to recover from his most dangerous ailment.
I had to wake up every day with a handful of antidepressant pills that I would have to show Paramount Pictures that I took them and swallowed them.
Matthew Perry. The world fell in love with Matthew Perry as Chandler Bing on Friends.
Hey man, hey.
But a jet skiing accident led to a painkiller use disorder, and by the early 2000s, he was excessively using substances. He even suffered a serious hand injury from playing video games. The substance use visibly fluctuated his weight and nearly killed him several times.
It seems impossible that all those years ago when we were laughing, we never knew that the young star was fighting for his life.
Despite his strict rule to never drink on the job, Perry has forgotten years of filming Friends and became reclusive following the end of the show. After spending millions in rehabs and medical treatment, Perry has been sober since 2021. Still, he knows there's a long way to go with his recovery.
Because I was on Friends, more people will listen to me. So I've got to take advantage of that. I've got to help as many people as I can.
Lindsay Lohan. A whole generation remembers Lindsay Lohan as one of the defining teen idols of the early 2000s.
Cruel. I meant to say cool, and then I started to say great.
Right. Well, cruel.
She's just as well known for her substance use disorder. Lohan had her first overdose at 18 and began fighting her alcohol use disorder when she was barely old enough to legally drink.
Ah! You're
After multiple arrests and 3 rehab stints just in 2007, her career imploded. She took multiple breaks from her declining work and public image, though the spotlight was never too far from her scandalous episodes. But after one 90-day stay at a treatment facility, Lohan announced that she was in recovery in 2013.
My main objective is, to maintain my sobriety.
Okay.
And that's what...
Have you been sober since
yes,
we last
I have.
met?
Yeah.
Hello. Let's celebrate that.
She is now rebuilding her career and enjoying married life, a role model once again to those with similar afflictions. Charlie Sheen. Ever since his substance use disorder was confirmed at age 23, Charlie Sheen's personal life and public image have been fouled by his antics.
Mr. Lynch, I swear to you, he's lying.
We give you one of those rich man's accounts. You tell me that he's gonna DK you for a lousy quarter point?
I don't think you're being fair, sir.
His acting career, however, seemed unstoppable. Underneath his iconic bad boy image was a tragic struggle with alcohol and substance use, even after an overdose-induced stroke and ruined relationships.
Man of means by no means, king of the road. Los Angeles, thank you.
But in the 2010s, Sheen's behavior and ego finally got the better of him. His bizarre outbursts cost him his high-paying role on 2.5 Men, and reduced his career to mostly self-deprecating cameos. After that, he became serious about his recovery and has been sober since 2017. He still has a lot of work to do in his career with his past reputation and ongoing scandals.
Glean from those who have gone before you some knowledge, some tools, some experience, some hope.
Anna Nicole Smith. Supermodel actress Anna Nicole Smith may be more famous for her tabloid magazine appearances. Her lengthy legal battle for late husband J. Howard Marshall's fortune was partly undercut by her financial irresponsibility. Smith spent a fortune of her own on alcohol and prescription pills. This substance use disorder was intensified by her son's own death by overdose.
Are you doing okay? Did you order you something to eat? Yeah, what'd you eat?
Pizza.
Huh? Pig snop.
No, pizza.
Oh, pizza.
In 2007, Smith died from a combination of 9 different drugs. Her legacy has since been as consumed by vice as her life was.
And if I ever record an album, I want this guy to produce mine. Make me beautiful duets.
Smith is still mourned as a victim of exploitation that enabled her afflictions. Her boyfriend and psychiatrist were eventually convicted of conspiring to overprescribe her. However much agency Smith had in her disorder, she sadly didn't have much over it.
I don't do drugs. I mean, this is hard drugs that they're trying to say. I had Vicodin and Xanax. That's prescription drugs that I have to take.
Steve Howe. From 1980 to 82, Dodgers pitcher Steve Howe was one of the most decorated rookies in Major League Baseball. In '83, he checked into rehab for his alcohol and substance use disorder.
Once you start becoming different and saying drugs aren't for me, and I'm going to live, and I'm going to be able to use my full potential, because drugs are going to strip all that from you.
From there, he suffered multiple relapses and 7 suspensions before he was banned from baseball for life.
Relief pitcher Steve Howe, who's out of baseball allegedly because he can't kick the cocaine habit.
Though he successfully contested this ban, his fading skills led him to retiring from an independent team. Howe himself said that his life was ruled by his disorder. As openly as he pursued recovery, many now feel that the league should have done more to help than keep him from the game he loved. In 2006, at age 48, Howe died in a single-car accident with stimulants in his system.
And I was afraid that I would hurt somebody if I used on the field.
Amy Winehouse. Amy Winehouse was one of the 2000s most distinctive voices in mainstream soul and jazz. It was never a secret that she suffered from a chronic alcohol and substance use disorder. Her signature song was about refusing to attend rehab.
Just try to make me go to rehab, I won't go.
But by the end of the decade, everyone was shocked at Winehouse's emaciation and diminished lung capacity. Between her escalating hostility and inability to perform, many fans responded with resentment. Still, Winehouse just kept going until alcohol poisoning delivered her to music's notorious 27 Club. Those intimately acquainted with Winehouse's mental health issues knew she was ashamed of her affliction and planned to eventually get clean.
Because I was depressed, I wasn't eating. Obviously, like, you lose your appetite, you know, when you like with stuff like that. So it wasn't like the amount I was drinking, it was more the speed, like, it was just very irresponsible, you know.
Whether anyone had the power to help, her fans could only see one of the most devastating self-destructions in modern music.
It's not just my pride. It's just till these tears have dried.
Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll, popularized one of modern music's defining genres. Alas, he also helped popularize the rock and roll lifestyle.
We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Though Elvis Presley was a staunch opponent of narcotics, he developed a prescription use disorder following pain treatment in 1967. He was also uniquely obsessed with unhealthy food. In 10 years, one of the world's leading male sex symbols put on nearly 200 pounds.
I had to play the piano, so it'll take just a second. I don't know all the chords, so if you hear me, get my fingers caught and put in.
As his health plummeted, he became more aggressive, alienating everyone but his manipulative manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Presley's downward spiral ended in him dying of cardiac arrest at age 42 and 350 pounds. For all the theories surrounding Presley's death and possible survival, no one is debating that the king fell under overwhelming pressure and substance use disorder.
Elvis Presley died today. He was 42.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Whitney Houston. Affectionately dubbed The Voice, Whitney Houston is considered one of the all-time great pop singers. She's also considered one of the most tragic for her substance use disorder to cope with stardom and personal issues.
I thought I'd never make it through. I had no hope to hold on to. I thought I might break.
The public first became aware of this after Houston married Bobby Brown, then introduced him to cocaine.
Made mistakes before, but now I understand what those mistakes were for.
The couple spent their marriage enabling each other. Brown eventually got clean, but not before his ex-wife drowned in a hotel bathtub in 2012 with 5 different substances in her system. Houston had entered rehab only twice, downplaying the problem that corrupted her image and domestic life. The voice that made her a legend was also deteriorating. Houston remains a legend all the same, but with a legacy haunted by ailments.